Alright, you're with Al, and this is Chronicles of a Not Yet Champion Golfer. Just want to start off by saying I hope everyone's doing okay, given the current situation at the minute. I know it's difficult times. Personally, I'm just trying to make the most of the time I've got at home, so I'm about to jet wash the patio. I love a good jet wash, to be honest. Really love a good jet wash. Apart from that, this video was filmed, a couple of days before the lockdown, so I actually got out on the golf course. Well, I played Pro-Am at West Lancs. Played really good, so the work I've been doing in the garage, the technique work and the mental work I've been doing has started to feel really good on the golf course, feel comfortable over the golf ball, which I haven't done for a while. And the swing feels good and really good off the tee. So I shot level par. I had a bogey on one hole. I won't talk you all the way through, by the way, but I had a bogey on one hole, which was a simple up and down. I lost the ball off the 13th tee, and one that inspired today's video is I made a double bogey from 110 yards, which obviously wasn't over the moon with that, but that's kind of the areas where I need to get better, not hitting it close enough from inside 120, which is what today's video is. I play the back nine at Bromborough and I make it 9 par 3s. I'll let Al on the course explain it more, but yeah, I play 9 par 3s and just try and score as good as I can. So going forward the next few weeks, however many weeks we've got, I'm going to stick with the Tuesday videos going out as normal. But I've got a few ideas for some extra sort of stuff I'm going to be doing. Now, I don't know how regular that's going to be or on what days they're going to go out. They're going to go out on YouTube and on Instagram. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, if you want to watch those videos that come out, follow me on Instagram and on YouTube. If you click that little bell thing, I think it gives you a notification when videos are posted. So you'd get a notification if you want to watch it. As I say, I don't know what days they're going to be. So I'll let Al get to it on the golf course and we'll have a look at some ducks. They've been like fighting, these two, a little bit. They were just flying off a bit then, but they're just like following each other around now. One of them won't leave the other alone. It's trying to fly off. Oh look, just climbed that little twig there. He's in the reeds now. He's trying to get away. He's back again, following him again. Look, won't leave him alone. They're meant to be mates, so maybe they are really good mates, just having a bit of a play in the morning. Oh, Flappy, go on. Right, I'm just going to leave him to it and get on with the golf now. See you in a bit, lads. At 117 to start. Back pin. Oh, switch the camera on. Double camera job, haven't I? Nice. Take that to start with. So I'm trying to score as well as I can because that's what makes the game a bit more applicable to what I do on the course. I did a similar challenge a few months ago where I did it on the range with my flight scope, and I had hitting it to specific yardages and you get certain points for hitting the yardage, but obviously you're trying to hit an exact yardage, whereas now, so that one's 118 yards but very much back pin. I can't go past that, whereas I'm on the flight scope challenge trying to hit it 118, but I hit it 120, it's a good result. Whereas here it's over the green and you're struggling, so it's a bit more applicable to real on-course practice. Par to start. Right, I'm not unnecessarily going to knock it in, so we don't touch the flag. If you want, you can play out the holes, you can tee off, you know, so if you want to hit extra shots, you can. But for the video today, I'm literally just going to walk the holes to the yardage. So it's going to be 2 par 3s, I've just played one of them. And the other 7 holes are going to be yardages from 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. And I've got a randomizer thing on my phone. It's going to tell me the random yardage in each hole, so it's not going to go in order. whatever that yardage is each hole, I've got to play that yardage. If a pin is left side of the green, I've got to put the ball left side of the fairway. Likewise, right side, put it right side of the fairway. If it's in the middle, I hit it from the middle of the fairway. And that's just giving me that extra, like, a little bit of an extra challenge and a little bit more course relevant stuff, because you've got to pick where you're going to hit it. You're not always going to hit it bang at the target. Most of the time from those sort of yardages, you're going to go at it, but you know, if it's tucked close to a bunker or you're going across an angle, you've got to make sure you go maybe 5 yards long or whatever it might be. Just makes you think about it that little bit more, and it's the area of the game that I really do need to get sharp at, really. 100 yards is a number. I'm going to put second cam on the green, shot cam in it, landing cam. Right, 100 yards. Pins left, so one thing, I can't miss this left, because left normally goes long if it's a pull, which means it's flying into the bunker, and this is what I'm talking about, getting it more applicable to on course. So I've got to get this, you know, I'm aiming 2 yards right at the flag, which is actually at the other camera, which hopefully I know it's long. And I've got 54. Now it's quite cold, I'd normally probably hit a little 50, but I know 54 in this. This normally goes about 115. I know if I swing at position 5, 6, I'm going to be good, and they're the positions I work on, really. And 5, 6 is normally like a 105 shot, which in this cold temperatures, it should 100 yards. It's not going to be further than that. So come down a bit, come down a bit, come down a bit. Spin. It's nice, you know. Bang on line with it. Bang on line with the other camera. I think we're about pin high, 4 foot away. I'm glad I run up to put that camera there now. Slight little downslope. Caught it a little bit clean, if I'm honest. No pictures on the scorecard though. Good little thing to remember when you're on a slight downslope. Put your hands a little bit forward, just because it's hard to keep the pressure on it, and if you over release it, the club's almost too shallow and it's lifting up by the time it comes to the ball, and you can actually thin it. So make sure you keep the pressure on a downslope. Yeah, we're good though, we've got a good chance here. Little bit off the left side. Routine, practice stroke, feel like I'm actually hitting it, picture it going in, and hit it without wasting any time. Bosh! Yes! There's the start. 1 under through 2. What a weird fist pump that was. On a separate note, someone commented saying I should put the ads. Oh, there you go. I should put the ads on in the middle of the video to make a bit of like ad revenue stuff. So I've done it, and I hope you don't mind. Like, if you do, just put it on. But I put them on because I thought, well, if I can make a little bit of revenue from it, then I can sort of pay for my tournaments throughout the season, because obviously playing professional golf, it's expensive, like it's really expensive. And for me, obviously, the main thing is just to be able to play tournaments if I can. So yeah, I hope you don't mind. And like I said, the main thing is the video, and if you feel like it's too interrupted or whatever, just let me know, because I'll take it off. The main thing is actually the content, and people have been following me for a while, and I don't want to sort of spoil what we're doing. So yeah, thanks for your understanding, if you understand, and if you don't, just tell me. Thanks. 80 yards this one, 80. Very accessible pin, it's a front pin. 80 yards, right? Position 5 to 5 for me. And a good thing, I think, to focus on, and something I've found, is really just focus on your finish position. So wherever you want to finish, get the club there, because as long as you focus on that, you'll take care of the rest, because you've got to sort of do all the movements to get it in the right position. If I swing it like this, I'm not going to be able to get it in the finished position I want. So it takes me away from thinking technique, but actually make sure I do the right technique by getting it in the right finish position. And you can do that with everything, chipping, whatever, short pitches. You know, if you want to play a low chip, feel like the left handle goes left, stays high pointing up, keeps the loft off. You want to play a high chip, feel like the handle's going to finish pointing at you. You know, just focus on that finish position, takes away technical thoughts. Sit a bit, sit a bit, sit a bit. Yeah, long. Thought I overhit that. Struck it nice, but thought I'd overhit it. It's actually slightly down breeze as well, which I didn't really think about. Should really think about the wind. Thing with these shots is I'm so much more positive about these shots now, because these were ones that I was really struggling with. You know, from 80 yards, more often than not, I'd actually miss the green. Like, I wouldn't strike it. I'd thin or fat or whatever. I don't really want to talk about them shots. But now I'm actually feeling like I can hit good shots. And again, a lot of that is because of the mental work I've done with Tom King and the training I've done with Scott, trying to get my swing in a decent place where I can actually hit good shots. Which, don't get me wrong, I could before, but I was relying on timing. So when you get under pressure, it's hard to make it work. So it's nice to actually feel positive Al over a pitch shot. There we are. See, told you, a bit past. Very similar line to the last putt, just a bit longer. I just started it straight. Part, still 1 under through. 3. Next hole. It's the 60-yarder one that I'm not a massive fan of. No, I am a massive fan of. Positive Al, come on. Positive Al. There's no wildlife yet either. We're on maximum yardage on this one, 120. Maximum putt from the par 3s. I think the next par 3 might be about 150, but 120. I can already see pin's right, sort of right half. Gonna have to go over a little trap here. So my sort of goals really with this shot, well, with any of these shots, is, and I'm not saying this is average, this is what I would consider a really good shot, is somewhere inside 10% of the yardage, but in feet. So if it's 100 yards, if I get it within 10 feet, then that's really good standard. You know, like on the first 100-yarder I had, the second hole, I hit that probably to 8 feet, so that was a really good shot. You know, so 120 yards, if I can get it within 12 feet, then I'm really happy with that. And that's where you get closer. You should, that's where you're hoping to get it up and down as often as you can, because from 60 yards, which actually historically I don't hit very close, to be honest, in the stats, but if I can hit it to within 6 feet, then I'm holing more than half my 6-footers. So, but yeah, 60 yards. I'll talk you through the shot. I'm actually better at it now. Like 120. I've got my 50-degree wedge. It's cold. This normally goes about 125 flat out. You know, I rarely hit it flat out, but normal shot with it's about 120. It's cold, but it's slightly down at the right, so I think just a smooth 50 should be spot on. I know it's carrying at least 115, which is what it is to cover that bunker, so even if I push it, I know I'm still going to get it on the back right of the green. And I'm just talking myself through so they can be a bit more comfortable over the shot. I know I don't need to hit a perfect shot. So, again, focusing on finish position. I think on any shot, seagulls, I think on any shot, if you focus on finish position, whether it's a pitch shot, a drive, a chip, a putt, whatever it is, if you focus on the finish position, you're just going to commit to it more. Like I spoke about before, you're going to do everything to get it there, but you're just going to commit to the shot. So that's the goal with this. 120. Left. Left. Obviously it's left. Distance is good, but it's left. Divot's right though, so I've got my divot's right. I don't mind because I've got the path good, because normally get a bit steep, but I've just turned it over. Bunker on the right has obviously put me off a little bit there. It's not 12 feet. I'm on the constant lookout for wildlife, but there's not much Fella sent me a thing yesterday of an otter and a little drainage pipe. I've been so happy seeing an otter. Never seen an otter. I'd like an otter. Right, we're there. We're there. It's not that bad a shot, is it? To be fair, from 120. It's a chance. It's 15 feet. Been very critical getting angry at that, to be honest. I couldn't miss it right. Big bank off the green. Bunker. Probably hit it into a good place there, to be fair. Go a bit. Go a bit. Don't leave it short. Don't leave it short. Bang in the middle. Annoying. You give a good putt. Focus so hard on the line and then forget to hit it. Another par. Right, I need, what am I now? 4 holes in and I'm 1 under, aren't I? I need, realistically, these yardages, I'd like to be 3 under, at least. 1 birdie every 3 holes, so I'm 1 under through 4, so I need, oh yeah, I just need 1 more in the next 2 and then 1 the last. Just don't think ahead like that. That's ego thinking about score. Mastery. The good thing about this is that I'm walking the holes to get to the yardage that I want. That'll give myself time to like calm down and forget how I've just left a putt short right in the middle of the hole. So by the time I get to the next shot, I've completely forgotten about it, which is good. My mates, the geese, the back. The geese, the back. Yes! 90 yards, I've got 54. Good yardage, just as a yardage I'd lay it up to. Like I said to you before when I was in the garage, I try and feel like a little bit open in the hips to start with, because I get a bit neutral impact with the shorter swings. Slightly open with the hips, and make sure turning through in loads of room. Slightly right a bit, I want this, because there's a bunker left, I can't go long left. So again, aiming at the other camera really. Bit left actually. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ah! Positive Al. Just get a bit overactive with the hands and flick it a bit. Done that on the last 2. It's a bit short left. Bit annoying, to be honest. I felt good on that. And it wasn't very good. Seen the geese though. You see what I mean with a pitch shot? You know, it's not bad. It's not like a weakness. It's just not strong enough, like, just not quite. Having said that, to be where I've come from with it, you know, I've got to be quite happy with where I am progressing with it. Nothing a good putt won't sort out either. Better pace though, a bit more aggressive. Bit more aggressive. Still 1 under through 5. Right, we need some birdies now. I've seen the geese, they don't count though. Good challenge this, you know. Yeah, I feel a little bit nervous over the shot because there's a consequence. It's like that last shot. It's quite easy, 90 yards, but because I've gone left side of the fairway, I can't pull it. There's a bunker long left. You're aware of kind of the dangers, and on that pitching challenge, as good as it is for your distance control, there's no consequence really. You know, it's not like it's in a bunker if you miss it, or it's in a tough spot on the green or downhill putt. You've got to think about this when you're out here because you're trying to score as well. So yeah, I feel quite like as I would do if I was playing a tournament sort and had that shot. So very effective, I think this. There's stuff going on over there and I keep missing it. There was a crow chasing a pigeon, but I can't get the camera on quick enough to get it. The crow was chasing the pigeon's got away and he's gone in them trees now. Which I'm really happy the pigeon got away, but I'd have liked to have filmed it. Did a little narration on it. David Attenborough job, but I missed it. It's more annoying than leaving that putt short 2 holes ago, which I've forgotten about. 70 yards, right. All I'm trying to feel on this, slightly open, hips rotate back, rotate through, all sort of in time. Arms, hips, everything turned through. Could be good. bang on it, just short. Filmed it landing as well. Guessing! So satisfying when I hit a good shot from there. So happy with that. That really does make me pleased with life when I hit a good shot from there. You can tell how excited I am. It's almost still, and it shouldn't really be this way. There's definitely still like a sense of relief when I feel a proper strike from there. But because I've gone through proper routine, I've committed to my finish position. I don't really misstrike it from there now. You know, not like I used to, like literally I could hit it 20 yards in front of me. So, yes! Look, bang on line, just short, get in, camera there, got it, didn't it? The fox showing up now, it'd be a dream. This is the other actual par 3. 130 pin. Slightly right side, but it's accessible, it's at the front. I think I can be quite aggressive with the pitching wedge here. And it's landing probably 135, but it's into an upslope, so I think it'll spin back down. Wind slightly out the right, I'm going to aim it at the pin and let the wind just move it a couple of yards left of the pin, just the safe side. I've literally done exactly what I've said there. Oh, it's pitched next to it. Stop, stop. I think it's pitched like 2 feet left and spun back. It's a good shot. I couldn't have played a better shot there. I don't know how much that spun back. It's pitched right next to it though. Hopefully it's only come back a little bit. I feel like, oh hold on. I feel like the work I've been doing, you know, when it's taken a while and it's been a bit frustrating, but it really starts to feel a lot more comfortable, and the strike seems to be a lot more consistent, and just a different kind of good strike. Like, don't get me wrong, I could strike it good in the past, but it just feels different. A little bit more compression, more control over the club face. It's not kind of like saved, it's just a bit more, I don't know, it feels a bit easier, which I feel really good about the game, which for the first time in quite a while I felt as good as I do, so I just need to keep feeling that. Yeah, it's spun back a lot, look. Ball's there, pitch mark there. It's spun back, like I said, it's spun back 5 yards. I've just not carried it 5 yards longer. Oh, it's a good shot, isn't it? I can't complain. Just a bit annoying. We can hold that though. Positive out. Can hold that. No, no, no. Actually got closer than I thought it would. Annoying, again. It's not annoying, it's positive, it's a chance. I feel like every putt as well, every putt is kind of threatening the hole, like it's got a chance to go in. That one I thought I'd missed further left, I actually come back a little right and stayed on the lip, but everyone's getting close, and that's down to that routine of picturing it going in when I'm stood over it. Practice stroke. Actually feel like I've hit it in the practice stroke. This is muddy here. Feel like I've hit it in the practice stroke. See it go in and then repeat it. I just wish it'd go in more often. 2 holes left, 2 to play. 2 birdies to finish. 2 under at the moment. Still no real wildlife action going on. Well, I've seen the geese, but I need more. I've got 2 holes to get it. Right, second to last hole, 60 yarder we've got. And this is the one where I'm not going to say I'm not good at, but it's probably the yardage I wouldn't lay up to. So if I've got a yardage into a par 5 where I can only get it to 60 yards of the green with a 3-wood, I wouldn't hit a 3-wood. I'd lay it up to more 90 yards. If we could get it to 40 yards, I'd hit 3-wood, but 60 is that kind of one where I'm not, I don't know, yeah, I'd say I'm not that comfortable with it. It's not like I stand over the ball and think, oh yes, great 60 yards, but that's what I'm going to get into the more I keep trying to train my own mind. But it's not always going to be the case that you're going to be comfortable from. You're always going to have a yardage you're not as good at. But this is it for me. So let's prove myself wrong. I've got a banker here for the wildlife because there's loads of them, but it's a little squirrel. I don't know if he's digging or burying. See him there. They're normally a bit run away. Just stay there because I'm going to come and say hello and make you a little bit, not famous, but just a little bit happy with being on TV. And you can watch it on YouTube. You can watch yourself on YouTube. Wait there. Stop going up the tree. You can watch yourself on YouTube. Where did you go? Where did you go then? Where's he gone? Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, he didn't want to be on YouTube, did he? So didn't want to be on it. 60 yards back to the golf. I've given myself quite a sort of tight lie, purposely really, because I feel like it's just going to test my commitment. It should, if you strike it good off this sort of lie, control the spin really well. And you know, I think sometimes I'd prefer it to be sort of teed up, but it's not good for pitching. So it comes out the top of the face then. Just trust it, so it's slightly open, hips slightly open, turn it back, turn it through. I've got it. Sit a bit, sit down a bit. And look at the divot, thinness of the divot there. Shallow, look. Down the line, none of this action. Massive divot, just shallowness. Shallow. It's about 4 foot. That's the one, that's the one where a year or so ago, or however long, I wouldn't have even bothered filming that. I'd have skipped this one and gone on to the next. 60 yards, no mate. No mate, don't bother. So happy with that. Just presenting the loft properly, not driving it with the hands. Distance control so much easier to do if you can present the right loft. Don't drive it with the hands, don't add speed with the hands. Oh, look. Delighted with that. That 10% thing at 60 yards, that's about, I've hit it 4.5 feet away, so I'm inside that 10% in foot. Woohoo! What was that noise? The hell was that noise? Don't do that again. Probably got a bit overexcited there, because in no way is this a gimme, like. Three under, 1 to play. That was my target, wasn't it? 3 under, 3 or 4, birdie last. Guessing! I know I'm getting a bit overly excited there, because I've hit it 60 yards, I've hit it close, which I should be doing really. But that's something that I need to really make sure I'm solid at and can actually commit. Me camera, idiot, left me with the camera. Idiot. Stupid that. Look. Good, isn't it? Just leave him there, that's fine. Hold on out. Ah! Trap my finger in it now. I'm a bit stuck here. To get a grip of myself. Right, only one left, isn't there? 110 yards. I have a feeling this one. Oh, it's a tough pin as well. It's a back pin. Over a bunker, and I think I might be off a little upslope from 110. Be quite an interesting one to finish this. It's definitely not a guarantee. 110 yards. We cannot go longer that pin. Right on the back left that. So you can't go long as a big like run off, which is tough up and down, so we can't go long. Wind straight out the right. I've got a 50-degree wedge. Slight upslope now. Slight upslope. I like to. I know I've been open on most of my shots, but upslope, I like to feel like I am a little bit open because the slope's kind of fighting against you turning through it. So it's harder to turn through. So a lot of the time people won't be able to open the body enough and hands take over and flick it left. So if you set up a little more open, it just clears you and almost sort of creates that openness to start with to make sure you're actually clear, so the club can just keep pathing down the line and not actually flick the hands. Right. I'm going to play it just right of it here. Couple yards right. And try and hit it about 107 yards. Further right than I wanted. It's got to go as well. Got to go. Right. I thought the wind would move it back a bit more. So cautious of missing it left. Can't miss that long left. Divot's good again. I've probably just got a little bit safe with it. I don't think it'll be bad. I think it's decent for distance. It's just sort of a bit floaty. I had a bit of loft, making sure I didn't over-release it. And probably just held the face open slightly, but it's a chance. There's a fella on the putting green with shorts on. Are you joking? What planet are you on? Shorts. It's about 4 degrees, mate. Sun's out, but it's about 4 degrees. Have a word. Shorts and a bobble hat. It's good, isn't it? Contradicting yourself, mate, that. Just because I've added that bit of loft. It's come up a little short as well. Short right, but lengthy putt, longer than I wanted, but can still hold it. Positive Al can still hold it. Go then. Oh no, it's gone right. No. No. It's a par to finish. 3 under. Didn't really have a chance. After talking about most putts, I'd give it a chance. Never had a chance, did it? Misread it, went straight, went right. 3 to finish. 3 under. Actually, you know, I said a birdie every 3 holes, and bearing in mind I'm playing 2 par 3s as well that aren't like the short pitch shots. So all the 2s come from, for the 7 pitch shots I picked, discarding the par 3s, I was 3 under, which is good, especially for me because, like I said, that's a part of my game that I really need to strengthen. But I feel like I'm in a position where I can strengthen it now. I'm actually striking it good. Your distance control isn't going to be very good when you're fatting it every time you hit it, are you? So to be striking it good puts me in a position where I can work on it properly. My technique feels good, and overall, I'm positive Al. Like I am genuinely positive Al, not just like camera positive Al, but like genuine positive Al. So it's a good little game you can play. As I say, you can tee off if you want. You can hit your tee shots. You can hit your second shots. Just put a ball down and make your own par 3 course, and keep track of what you're doing. And it just puts you in that scoring situation like you would be in a comp. So I apologise for my poor effort on the wildlife. They don't come out in the morning. There's nothing I can do about that. But if you're watching for the wildlife, I'm sorry. If you're watching for the golf, then hope it was all right. And just thanks again, everyone that's subscribing. If you can subscribe, if you haven't already, that would be really nice. Thanks for watching. See you next Tuesday. It's all about slow sweep. Keep it low. Sweep it. Slow sweep that. And I've gone with a double hand technique. One hand with your forearm kills. If my dad was still here, nothing would be safe this week from jet washing. I think he jet washed the kitchen. Slow